Welcome everyone to Catholic Central High School. We are just about ready to get going here. We'll send it down to the scorer's table to your public address announcer for today's game for the introductions.
The boys championship game between the Cubs of U of D Jesuit Academy and the Eagles of Warren St. Anne. On behalf of our hosts, the Shamrocks of Catholic Central High School and the Catholic Youth Organization, we remind you that CYO athletics is educational and sportsmanship is number one. The athletic skills displayed today by the participants will serve them for only a few years. The sportsmanship displayed today will provide a lesson for a lifetime for all in attendance. Please show respect for the participants, coaches, and officials during this contest. Remember, good sports are winners. And now let's meet the teams. First, the West Side champions from Detroit. They are wearing maroon, trimmed in white. They are the Cubs of U of D Jesuit Academy. Number 1, Sean English. Number 3, Will Perkins. Number 13, Colin Hicks. Number 23, Robert Carpenter. Number 24, Josh Green. Number 25, number 32, Nolan Kimmy. Number 35, Malcolm Jones. Number 41, Grant Hurt. And number 45, Carlos Federello. And now let's meet the starters for the Cubs. At one of the guards, wearing number 2, Jaquan Robinson. The other guard wears number 21, Zach Winston. On the wing for the Cubs, wearing number 25, Elijah Collins. Also at guard, wearing number 31, Kevin Edwards. The center for U of D wears number 43, John Malcolm. The Cubs are coached by Mr. Bob Abraham. He's assisted by Mike Zachariah. And now let's meet the home team, wearing the home whites, trimmed in green and black. They are, from Warren, Michigan, the Eagles of St. Anne. Number 5, Jacob Burke. Number 10, Michael Sherman. Number 11, Alex Bean. Number 12, Corey Stuckey. Number 20, Joshua Davidson. Number 21, Andrew Connell. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Eagles, the East Side champions from Warren, Michigan. At one of the guards, wearing number 1, Jerry Perez. The other guard was number 2, Matt Torrey. At the forward position, wearing number 3, Luke Fromm. The other forward wears number 23, Steve Krajewski. The center for the Eagles wears number 4, Blake Flanagan. St. Anne's is coached by Mr. Paul Burkhardt. He is assisted by Mike Malkevich. Your officials for today's game are Larry Brooks and Mark Nevin. These officials are registered by the Michigan High School Athletic Association. Their experience and integrity qualify them to administrate the rules of the game. An attitude of good sportsmanship should be upheld by the student section.
So there you have the starting lineups for today's game. Jeremy out alongside Evan Stockton to bring you the call. Evan, just your opening thoughts on this contest here today.
Well, I remember 4 years ago when I was playing CYO baseball, and I always wanted to get to the finals. I never could, but certainly for these guys, they are in the finals today for basketball. It's got to be a huge thrill for them.
All right, we are going to say a prayer. Here it is. We'll step aside for a second.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Please remain standing while we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
So we weren't the only ones surprised that they were going to do that at the time they did, but it happened. So we adjust. So. That's how it works here in the industry. Is the teams are just about ready to go, but it should be a pretty good matchup here today. The Cubs, the UD Jesuit, the Academy Cubs at least, are undefeated coming into this game. They really haven't had too much trouble throughout their CYO season, so we'll see what they do here in this game against a team from Warren, if you will. I don't know if this is the same rivalry we could cross over, but De La Salle against UD High School.
Certainly could be some future Cubs and Pilots out there on the floor right now.
For sure. As they move it up the court here, that's Matt Torrey, number 2, who takes it first. Slides it over for Blaine Flanagan, and back up for Luke Fromm.
Flanagan has an appropriate name for this time of year. St. Patty's Day in a couple days.
Yep. And they match the colors too, huh?
Yeah. Green and white. I like it.
From the wing, looking to attack. Didn't find the lane he wanted to. Squeaked it back outside as they will set it up just a little bit now. Across the corner in front of their own fans, they are on the near side. Cub fans are positioned on the far side of the court by the scorer's table. That one rimmed in and out, and a jump ball. The possession arrow says Cub basketball.
Interesting call there. Looked like a foul down low. He was getting hacked. Guess the referee said not so. Cubs get their first chance of the game.
Yeah, so we'll see if the officials let the two teams play a little bit here in the championship game. With that first play, it looks like it, but we'll see how that progresses as the game goes on here. Carpenter to the far sideline. 3 ball off the top is no good. They got their own offensive rebound. Good muscle play that time. Pulling it down to the floor now is Elijah Collins. He's one of the best guards for this UD team. Across the far corner, they settled it down with 4:44 left. Now a 3 taken. In and out. Tip up, no good that time. Well, it was again Elijah Collins who tried to put it in.
A couple good looks there in the first possession for UD and able to hit.
0-0 still our score as St. Anne's swings it around the arc from the top of 3, and it's good.
That's a sweet stroke right there.
It is. That's Matt Torrey who got it to go. 3-0 in favor of the Eagles. From the post, back outside into the hands of 21, Carlos Vettorello, as that at the top is buried. So it's 3-3. That is not Vettorello out there. Carlos is a big fella. That's Zach Winston, who's wearing 21 today.
Changing up the numbers on us.
Yeah, never a good thing.
Zach, of course, is the brother of Cassius, who's the superstar for UD. He made the 2 free throws to beat Cass Tech the other day.
That was quite a game. Across the rebound there, they got it back. 3-3 as they move it the other way. Collins to the far sideline, line drive three,
Wow.
got it.
Unbelievable pass. Found him open in the corner and he buried it.
Is this an all-star game? Are we at the three-point shootout or what?
I don't
6-3.
Maybe.
Over midcourt is Luke Fromm. Got it off again to Torrey.
I find it interesting that the two smallest players on the court are number 2, and they're guarding each other. Good matchup.
Kind of works out that way sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's an air ball. Looking for some contact. He never really got it though. Here comes Winston, slides it to the corner. You can definitely see that Zach has inherited some of that court vision that Cassius has.
Oh, absolutely.
And the court vision of Cassius Winston is something else. If you haven't seen it, you should go to a UD game. As a scoop and a score is good that time by Elijah Collins, and it is 8-3 Cubs.
Athleticism of the Cubs evident early with that passing and the wide open shooting that they're able to hit. Nice athletic play right there on the drive.
On the near wing, they send it down low. Poke out of bounds. It's flashed off St. Anne, though. Good job to force the issue down low there by the Cubs as they'll move it the other way.
There's that athleticism again, recovering on D and knocking it off the leg of St. Anne, so UD gets the ball back.
Coach Abraham calls a timeout. It was at one time that Coach Bob Abraham on the UD bench had a son on this team. He has now moved on to the upper school, the high school that is. As that's our first timeout here in the first. Cubs trying to win their second championship in 3 years. They took it in 2012. They lost in 2013. Our Lady of Victory was able to win the boys championship then. It was St. Hugo in 2011. And then Our Lady of Sorrows in 10. Our Lady of Good Counsel in 2009.
St. Anne's has not won since 2002. Looking to break the drought here today.
Little floater. Got the benefit of the glass that time, and Collins is able to hit his second shot.
2 nice drives in a row by Collins. And here come the Cubs with a press. Nice job to break it by St. Anne.
That 2011 game, it was UD and St. Hugo, and Cassius was on that team. Cassius Winston, he was in the academy. I want to say he might have sat out that day. Cubs had another pretty good guard, Marquel Ingram, who eventually transferred, that lit it up though, as a three from the top is good.
If you wear number 2 on St. Anne's or UD, I guess you have to take a 3 and you can't miss it.
Yep.
They've made all of them so far.
10-6 is the UD lead right now. Collins thought about it, drove instead, scoop, no score that time. Looking to break up the play was Nolan Kimmy, couldn't get the ball back, and St. Anne will set things up here with 1:30 left in the first quarter.
You can certainly tell so far this offense runs through Elijah Collins. He's done a great job with his athleticism so far getting to the cup. He's made 2, missed 1.
From the outside again, bang, 10-9. All 3-pointers for St. Anne in this game. That's 3 of them. Court-wide feed into the hands of Kevin Edwards. Good drive. Couldn't get it to go though. Off the inside. What a hustle play or what a strong play to get it away. St. Anne somehow was able to juggle it back into their hands, and we're under a minute to play, 52 seconds to be exact.
Elijah Collins did it again on that possession. He got the board, fed it to a wide open Nolan Kimmy, but Kimmy was unable to finish. Sometimes when you have a wide open layup like that, your eyes get a little wide and you blow the layup.
A block underneath the basket. That's swatted away by Kimmy.
Nice recovery on defense. Made a good strong play on defense after blowing the layup on the other end.
You kind of wondered, would St. Anne get a little nervous? They were down 8-3. Maybe the Cubs would break away at that point, but they've been composed in their 3-point shooting so far in this game, and that's why they only trail by 1. And at the top, they get into the hands. Krasuski as they just swing it around right now. Crossover move by Torrey. Good feed to keep it in bounds. Krasuski drives. He could not get that to go, though.
Looked like his foot was out of bounds. Referee was asleep at the wheel there.
Telegraphing pass up for Perkins. He drove and got the foul call.
I should say, though, it's tough for these refs. They only have 2 out there as opposed to the usual 3, so I should apologize to the referee. I'm sorry. Looked from here like his foot was out of bounds. Didn't matter anyways. They didn't score.
And we do have somewhat of an advantage on those calls. We are elevated here today as The first shot is up and short that time by William Perkins. Dribbles it at the line. His second chance is up and through. So he splits the pair, makes it 11-9 in favor of the Cubs with 14 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Here comes Matt Torrey. He's been dynamic in this game so far. Trying to feed it down low, knocked out. Quick shot from the top, no good. Tip to the board with 1 second left. It's out of bounds, but time has expired.
Well, it worked in their favor on that possession. They ended up getting the open look. Kajewski was unable to hit. But an even quarter, I'd say. UAD controlled the first half. St. Anne's came back strong in the second. So at the end of one, it's only a 2-point lead for UAD.
Yeah, 11-9 is the score in favor of the Cubs as we welcome you back up to our broadcast position here on the track at Catholic Central. You're used to this, Jim. Is there any tendencies that on the court as far as, you know, the shooting backdrop is maybe a little bit different from these for these CYO teams? They don't normally see the seating on the baseline. So
well, you know, now that I think of it, you are more lean toward this side. I always have thought that more offense goes toward this end of the gym, which is toward the Catholic Central student section. I'm not quite sure why. You would think when opposing teams go that side, people would start missing. But
right.
The court has kind of always been lean toward that Catholic Central student section going here. When you go the other way toward the opposing student section, teams tend to miss more on their shots.
It's interesting.
I remember when the UAD Big Guys team high school played here early in the year against CC. CC held on well. I think they lost by 9, but it was one of the best games CC played all year. CC made every single free throw they took going into the UAD student section, and they missed every single one they took going into our student section.
Wow.
You think it would go the other way around, but
yeah, I mean,
guess not.
You have two student sections that are pretty rowdy in UAD and CC, and
yeah,
like you said, you'd think the opposite would be true, but St. Anne will get the opening possession here in the second. Luke Fromm, near wing now for Parrott. Quick floater, too quick as they took it back though. And then the hands of Torrey. Torrey has led this offense for the most part, gets it back. Good swinging motion here by the Eagles as get a bounce to Torrey, but he double dribble. Pass was too low for him to recover, and it's going to be Cub basketball on the sideline.
Kind of an uneven possession there by St. Anne's. They seemed to be on their heels the whole time. They were throwing the ball wildly around. UAD gets it back now. They're up by 2.
Across the sideline. It is Kevin Edwards. Stolen on the blind side. All the way home, no good. Loose for the board. It's going to go to St. Anne. They disrupted the play just enough. As you see the eagle for St. Anne there on the baseline in front of the student section.
That was a nice play there, nice pickoff, I should say, by Steve Krajewski. Got a little excited, though, as he went in. His momentum caused the layup attempt to go a little bit long. St. Anne still has a chance to tie, though, on this possession. Matt
Torrey, near wing now for Krajewski. Drove once in this game. He had it picked off. Good feed. Could it finish? It's blocked. Out of bounds on the baseline, and it's still Cub basketball.
That's what happens when a little guy goes on the big guy. Big guy's going to win most of the time in basketball.
Well, the defense picking up now in this game. We had a shootout in the opening minutes with the 3 balls. In fact, that's all St. Anne has produced on offense so far as 3s, but whatever way works.
Certainly UAD has the size advantage in this game. That's why St. Anne's has to rely on their perimeter shooting so far, at least.
Ooh, good jump stop move, and he got it to go. So again, Elijah Collins, he has 6, I believe. 6 or 8.
Collins has been dynamite as he picks off another pass.
Oh, what a feed, too. And finishing it off to the left is William Perkins. It draws a St. Anne timeout. Probably a much-needed one. It's a full. 15-9 is our score with 4:33 remaining here in the second quarter. You're starting to see the Cubs break away a little bit like they started to do in that first quarter, huh?
Absolutely. And to me, so far, the star of this game has been Elijah Collins. By last count, I think he had, 7, 8 points?
Yeah.
And I think on the rest of the basket, he's assist on him. That play right there showed off his athleticism one more time. Stripped the ball away on an intercepted pass and then found a wide-open William Perkins who laid it off the window with the left. Coach Pat Donnelly's got to be excited to be getting him for the next 4 years.
For sure. Coach Pat Donnelly is in the stands on the far side somewhere. I think he's in the top row of seating over there.
Certainly he's done a great job with the UAD team this year. So when you play in Detroit and you have to come out of that region in the playoffs, it's always tough. But they got out of it this year, and they're going forward.
You know what I heard? Talking to some fans down there, we were talking about that game, and no one's ever going to stop talking about that game against Cass Tech. But we'll pick that up after this as they slide it down low. He laid it up, and in that was William Perkins. They thought that the last team, the last Catholic League team to win a state championship or at least go to the Breslin was Catholic Central, and they had to go through the DPS system as well because they were still in Detroit at the time in the 70s. So that's saying something as the Cubs lay it up and in on the other end. They have suddenly a 10-point lead.
St. Anne's is getting sloppy right now. UAD's bringing the pressure, and St. Anne's doesn't know how to break it. Here they come again.
That one is tipped down the lane. They kept it in bounds somehow. Baseball pass down the court. A 2-on-2 develops. Swinging it. Open man. Deep three. Corner. Yes.
St. Anne's has got to calm down and settle down. They're giving UAD this game right now. Sloppy play, turning the ball over, not getting back on D. Leading to wide open looks for UAD.
That's blocked out of bounds, but like you said, the size advantage is definitely paying off right now for UAD.
Certainly, and the length advantage as you see all these tipped and intercepted passes. Coach for St. Anne, Paul Burkhardt, might want to call a timeout here and settle his boys down. They're looking rattled out there.
3:34 still left here in the second quarter. It's really been all UAD here in the second. Another tip ball. It'll stay in maybe. Yes, it will. Little excuse me play across the baseline. They kept it in. 3-ball again. Off the back of the iron.
Wow, a missed three-pointer. Who knew it was possible?
Few and far between in this first half.
Yeah.
22-9, the score remains.
Well, if St. Anne's wants to get back in this one, they need to settle down, start running their offense, and not let UAD dictate the play. UAD is playing their game right now. St. Anne's is not. They just played their game right there. They're going to head to the line. But certainly UAD, the varsity team does this as well. They want to get you out of your comfort zone. They want to get you rattled, and before you know it, you're down by 15, 20 points. UAD is famous for that, especially this year, especially calling games for CC against them. CC would hang in for a while, and then all of a sudden you look up at the scoreboard, and UAD's up by 25, and you have no idea how that happened.
It doesn't feel like it. That's the thing that I've seen so many games this year. It doesn't feel like a 25-point victory at times, but it is. I mean, it's crazy.
Scoreboard doesn't lie.
As the second shot is up and no good. 22-9 is the score right now with 2:53 remaining here in the second. Stepping forward, long two, and he banked it in.
Banks open for business.
Yeah, everything's going right now for the Cubs. And it happens that way a lot of times as well. Full court pressure. Moving it up and over is Luke Fromm. In and out of the hands quickly of Parrott. He got it back, long two. Too strong.
Krzyzewski was so wide open he couldn't believe it. He blew the shot. Wow, nice drive.
That's two. William Perkins who put it up and in.
Well, the dynamic duo has been William Perkins and Elijah Collins. When Collins hasn't been scoring, he's been feeding Perkins, who just lays it off the window with that left hand all the time.
Yeah, Perkins has really come alive, especially here in the second quarter. It was almost all Collins as far as the scoring goes in that first. So to the line as the gym goes silent for a second. That's Perkins. Only free throw, no good. And making sure he gets that rebound is Fromm. 26-9 with 2:19 remaining here in the first half.
Well, if you're St. Anne's, you want to get a couple good possessions, get some momentum going into the second half. Certainly they have an uphill battle to climb right now. They're down by 17. That's not going to help right there. They just turn the ball over again.
Not at all. Throw it in right in front of their own bench.
Interesting to see here that UAD is subbing their guys in freely. Good strategy. Even though you're up by 17, you want to make sure all your starters are fresh going into the second half, so you don't have St. Anne's make a run on you because your guys are tired. Even though you're coming out of the break, sometimes that rest you get at halftime can be a little bit overrated.
To in front of the free throw line, they get it off again to Elijah Collins, and I think they just said that number 3, Will Perkins, has just checked in. So I think we've been calling John Malcolm Will Perkins the whole game, and that's not completely our fault. We'll check all the numbers at halftime, but so I believe Perkins has just checked in maybe for the first time. He's probably wearing number 3.
I apologize to the families if we confused your sons. It's not our fault.
This one a little bit too strong. Taken back maybe by Zach Winston. Yes, he does. Winston to the middle of the paint with 1:17 left. Perkins up now to Elijah Collins to the left of the timeline. 26-9 is the UD lead. Forward. The shot is good. Good penetration that time by Elijah Collins. He's been able to blow by the St. Anne defense a couple times just like that. Under a minute to play. Trouble in the backcourt. We have a foul.
Well, the decision to go press has worked out incredibly well for UAD. The game has turned once they started going to that press, getting some turnovers, and as you can see by the scoreboard right now, St. Anne's cannot find an answer.
Well, like one before the end of the first half here. Parrott up top, good feed, good finish.
There you go, nice play, good passing, get a drive inside. Fromm has been strong so far in the first half. He hasn't been able to score, but he's had a strong half, some nice drives to the rim. Finally finished.
He's rebounded pretty well. When the shot has come off or on the free throws, is a pretty good feed there by Zach Winston underhand. He could not finish it down low. 18 seconds left here in the second. The Eagles will look for the last shot.
Well, I have the chance. I have to point out Winston's shoes. There's some sort of yellow and red combination. I don't know if it's a good look, but apparently he likes it.
On the near wing, nearly stolen. It's loose. They have it. 2 seconds left. Floater. No good at the buzzer. So we have a 28-11 score in favor of the UD Cubs at halftime. Evan, your thoughts?
Well, certainly I think that St. Anne's hung in for a while, but UD, once they went to that press, they just threw St. Anne's off their game. This is a welcome halftime break for them. If they can just calm down, start running their offense, get a few stops on D, before you know it, like UAD did, St. Anne's can be right back in the game. But they got to regroup and got to settle down because UAD had them on their heels from about the beginning of that second quarter.
So as you see the Cubs exit towards the locker room, we'll take a break as well. 28-11 is your score at halftime. You are watching a production of the Catholic Youth Organization by the Student Broadcast Foundation. Welcome back to Catholic Central, everyone. Just about ready to start this second half of play. Just a couple keys for both teams, Evan.
Well, if you're St. Anne's, you got to slow down the game, get good looks on offense and stops on D to get back in this one. If you're UAD, just keep it up. Keep playing the same game you've been playing. They just did right there. Elijah Collins again.
I should have checked his stats while I was down at the table checking those numbers. He has about 12 as the Cubs get it back again. So, speaking of numbers, there were about 7 wrong on that roster, so I just got a brand new one.
Yeah.
From our...
Yeah, the number 2 we were talking about the whole time, that was not William Perkins. That was Jaquan Robinson.
Yep. So we apologize, Jaquan. He had a great first half of play, though.
It's interesting right now, UAD has brought out almost an entirely new 5 aside from Elijah Collins.
Showing their depth right now as the carries called across the baseline. So St. Anne will take it back.
Well, if St. Anne's wants to get back in it, the next 3-4 minutes are crucial. If they can get a couple quick scores and some stops, they can get back in it. If not, UAD might as well seal this one up.
A 3 ball from the near wing is no good. Taken there by Luke Fromm.
Wow, what a pass.
Oh, he just couldn't finish it, though. And a foul on UD.
It's a great pass, though. Looked like he was playing baseball. Can you believe that in, 2 weeks they're going to play a baseball game in Comerica Park?
It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know how they're going to do it. I mean, the snow may never melt. We may still have snow in May. But
right. I mean, I was thinking about that today as I saw there were some CC guys, you weren't here yet, but there's some CC baseball guys running around the track, and I saw somebody dragging out their bag out of their trunk, and how does it feel right now for them?
I don't know. I know. I'm one of the coaches on the 8th grade team at my CYO school, St. Patrick's in White Lake. Shout out. But yeah, we might not play a game till May. Right. Just because once the snow melts, you're gonna have so much water on the grass. As that jump shot is a little long. Nice rebound inside. But yeah, all the water on that grass, it's just gonna tear it up. The fields are gonna be a mess, even when the snow finally does melt.
Right. The college season obviously has begun down in Florida, but they're even talking about having to play conference games down in Florida now because that season's supposed to be starting right around when the high school season starts. So yeah. That's all a mess. I mean, yeah. You're going to have to play conference games at a neutral site. So. Yeah. Back to basketball, though.
Yeah.
For the final day of CYO here as St. Anne moves it the other way. That's Matt Torrey, who had probably the best first half offensively. A couple three-pointers. It was at one time that's all that St. Anne had was three-pointers. 9 early points in that first quarter, and Evan, now thinking about it, they only scored 2 in the second.
Yeah, certainly the game turned in that second quarter. UAD controlled the play. They employed that press, and they threw St. Anne's off. Just like the high school, they scored a bunch of quick points, and they stretched out this lead.
Inbound play there for Krajewski. Drives, flipped it up over the rim that time. Back outside, a pump fake by Torrey. Look out as he gets it back to the block.
Krajewski's had a bunch of open looks today. He hasn't been able to hit yet. Nice job inside by Collins to deflect that pass.
A lot of those, especially in the second quarter, really caught up with him. Pushing it over midcourt that time was Robert Carpenter. Deep three, it's up, it's off the inside of the rim. Tip for the board. Nice job to make sure there was no contact there by Torrey. Kind of dodged to his left as putting that off, trying to put it off the glass. Was Krajewski, could not, but it's off the Cubs in the end.
Torrey's been fearless all day for St. Anne's. He went up against Collins and deflected the ball away, got the ball, and then he was shoved down behind the play. Got right back up, and now he's inbounding the ball. Played a strong game for St. Anne's even though they're losing. Nice pass off the inbound. Torrey continuing his strong game, found a wide open Blaine Flanagan, excuse me.
So 30-13 now. From his knees, he gets that still in play. Josh Green from the wing, back up top. And we have a UD timeout. They want to get Carlos Federello into the game for the first time, along with another substitution that may have been Zach Winston. With 3:22 left here in the third. It is 30-13 in favor of the Cubs, who are trying to have an undefeated season.
As we take a look here at the St. Anne student section, certainly a presence here today. Coming to the girls' games early, there were a couple strong student sections for that one as well.
There were, yeah. There's a closer look at that student section.
I can't recall any grade schools that had a mascot besides this eagle for St. Anne. I know certainly mine didn't. I mean, you can't do much with a shamrock, but you know. Yeah. So yeah, we were the Irish, so I guess technically you could do an Irish guy, but here at CC we'll never get a mascot.
Yeah, what if CC did have a mascot? Oh, they'd have a little dancing shamrock out there?
I don't know. Wouldn't be a good idea.
Or maybe a blue leprechaun to go with the blue shamrock.
No blue leprechaun. That's not a good sight. It's a bad thing just thinking about it.
That one taken away by Fromm, I believe, as he got it off to Matt Torrey. Torrey with a bounce pass to the far sideline. They get it down low immediately on Bededia, but the Cubs take it away.
Just a forced pass right there. Now look at it again. Collins. He's been all over the floor one more time. Feeds Grant Hurt there. Nice lay-in off the window.
So they are 1 point away from a 20-point lead with 2:44 remaining here in the third. Fouls are 2-0 in favor of the Cubs. That really hasn't been an issue for either team. Hoisting up a three. It's just to the left. Good offensive board, no foul call. And Cubs probably caught a break there.
It's interesting. Twice inside, Krajewski's been fighting, went up with the ball. First possession of the game, and now on that last one, no foul called by the referees. They're letting stuff go today.
Elijah Collins has it, and we commented early, would they, as there was a play right off the bat quite physical, and they let it go, and I guess we have our answer. Carlos Federello was playing his first minutes out of that last timeout. Puts it outside now for Elijah Collins. Dribbles out some time. This is something we saw by St. James in the girls game before this one. They just dribbled out the time as that one was up but no good, and it ended up off the Cubs last.
It was a nice strong move to the rim there by John Malcolm, unable to finish, but it was a good play nonetheless.
St. Anne takes it back with 1:50 left. We got a quick peek at the scoreboard here at Catholic Central. Into the hands of Alex Beam. Beam had that one poked. Good deflection for his shot. Short. And pulled down that time by John Malcolm. Ooh, tough foul.
It's a dangerous play right there. College, they might have called that an intentional one, but CYO, it's just 2 shots. Elijah Collins put his hand to his head for a minute. Let's hope he's okay.
Trying to shake it off at the line with 1:19 left. First shot, no good. So that's only the first team foul on the Eagles. Sean English into the game for the first time. He wears number 1. It's off the inside. Tip for the board. It's into the hands of St. Anne. They'll look to push it up the court quickly here as it ends up out of bounds, I believe, last off Grant Hurt.
It's always interesting in CYO. You see teams that win the free throw battle in a close game more often than not win the game. This one is not as close, but if it was closer, UD would be hurt by those 2 missed free throws. As Krzyzewski misses the jump shot again, but a nice rebound, and he promptly gives it away. Oh, nice job coming back there to retrieve the ball by Torrey.
Ooh, good move. Got blocked by Vettorello, but a foul is called.
Even though his team's down by a wide margin, Matt Torrey's still fighting hard. He's played a really good game for St. Anne. You got to commend him.
That is the first on Vettorello. The 4th on the Cubs in general here in the second half, as the first free throw was short. Not that many options on the St. Anne bench compared to the UD bench. They about double them as far as substitutions go.
See St. Anne here coming out with a press. It works now. Ball fought on. There he is. Torrey again diving for the ball. Now they get it, and he calls a timeout. He works hard, and he's alert too. Kid's all over the floor right now.
Yeah, he is. Alex Beam was also there. He collapsed on the ball, and with 50.2 left, the Cubs have a 32-14 lead.
Now, Jeremy, I don't know off the top of my head, who does the high school UAD play next?
They play Romulus again. A rematch from, they played Romulus at UD a week before the state playoff started.
Okay, who won that one?
UD did by 11.
Okay.
So, yeah, they had Romulus frustrated at times. I don't think Romulus had really seen that kind of a test, but it was a good test for both teams heading into the state playoffs, and I think it was kind of a needed test for that UD team, as they had kind of been blowing out a lot of teams, and you want to get back to earth, down to earth just a little bit before the state playoffs. And we've seen 2 buzzer beater games pretty much. I mean, a free throw buzzer beater, if you can call it that, but still a very exciting game nonetheless, as Trudusky takes it back, tries to get it up and in, could not, loose. And we're going to have another UD foul.
Well, St. Anne's is diving all over the floor right now. They realize that they're in dire straits as we're winding down this third, and they're still down by 18. So they're diving all over the floor right now. Active fans trying to strip balls away, trying desperately to get back in this one. They're running out of time.
30 seconds remaining here in the third.
Nice pass.
Yeah, finding the open man, and he got it.
Alex Bean set himself open. He was fed nicely, and he hit the shot. Now we're going to get a foul. And St. Anne, sometimes when you're aggressive like that, get called for fouls.
I mean, at this stage in the game, they're just going to have to continue to be aggressive. Rather commit some fouls rather than going down without, I guess, making those hard plays at the end. Open. He tried to dunk it. Don't see that.
you could see there, he went up, he got caught in the air. Should I dunk this? Should I lay it in?
Yeah.
And all it turned into was a missed shot.
I mean, you don't see plays like that at really any CYO level, let alone at the JV and freshman level. But even at the varsity level, you do see some guys get caught up. You know, should I dunk it? Should I not? And that usually happens.
Yeah. Got to make up your mind before you leave your feet.
English 3-ball short. And that's the end of the third quarter. 32-17 is our score as we head into the final quarter of play here at Catholic Central. Evan, your thoughts on that third and before?
Well, I think that UAD came out strong to start the quarter, but then St. Anne's ratcheted up the intensity, ratcheted up the pressure, and UAD's off their game a little bit right now. It's 15, so we're still a little bit close. If St. Anne's can keep up the momentum, we might have an exciting final few moments.
Yeah, it's going to depend a lot, I'm sure, on the play of Matt Torrey. He's done a nice job, hustle play, as we pointed out there as he dove on the ground, called the timeout, and Beam was able to collapse on the ball as well, but his three-point game has also been very good in this game. So we'll see how this championship finishes out.
Certainly, if you're UAD head coach Bob Abraham, you cannot be too what's the word I'm looking for here? You can't be too complacent. That's a good word. They can't sit back on their heels still, because as St. Anne's has shown, they can ratchet up the intensity and throw UAD off their game a little bit. So UAD, you got to be careful. You got to make sure this lead stays where it is, and you don't want to give it up now because you played very well so far up to this point.
The Eagle trying to pump up the crowd. See if it works. Alex Beam. Now for Matt Torrey. Corner back up for Fromm. Torrey, floater, got fouled.
Good ball movement on that possession, moving it back and forth. And now they're going to get a couple more free throws.
So Matt Torrey is going to step to the line. Very scrappy guard. The first play, the first free throw, is up and good. And I mean, it doesn't get any better right now for St. Anne. You have the ball, you have it at the line with the clock stopped.
Exactly. Want to keep that clock stopped as much as possible.
Second one is short. Across midcourt, one touch pass down low, intercepted, intended for John Malcolm.
There's that effort again. Fromm running all the way down the court to pick off that pass. St. Anne's got a chance to cut into the lead some more. Ooh, Elijah Collins showing the athleticism again, almost stole that one.
Beam was emphatically calling for the ball on the near sideline. They didn't see him. So he'll camp out on the other wing now. Krzyzewski. The bank is open now for the Eagles.
First made shot all day for Krzyzewski. Couldn't have picked a better time. We're down to an 11-point game.
And here comes some of the starters back into the UAD lineup, I believe, or pretty soon. One of them.
Yep, if you're Coach Bob Abraham, you got to be a little bit nervous right now. St. Anne's is on a run. It's only an 11-point game. UAD thought they were going to cruise to this one, but they're going to have to work for it now.
Get it in. To Jaquan Robinson. Collins, floater, yes.
Wow. Uses the high glass to his advantage and banks that one in. Wow.
34-21. Nice move for an answer. They did.
St. Anne's, we can see they're not going down without a fight. That could have been a deflating shot by Collins, but they came right back and scored another one.
Cubs will slow it up. That's smart. As Collins gets it to his left to Robinson. Bounce pass. Zach Winston was fouled.
No, they called a carry.
Wow.
Didn't look like it from here, but I guess the referee saw something we didn't. Now St. Anne's will call a timeout. It's an 11-point game.
So this game getting tighter and tighter as it progresses. 34-23 is our score right now. Let's quickly run down the history since 2000 for this game. Christ the King won in 2000. St. Fabian in 2001. St. Anne took it in 2002. That was their last CYO championship here in basketball. UD Academy in 2003. St. Patrick White Lake in 2004. 2005 was Divine Child. St. Edith in 06. Holy Family Regional in 07. Our Lady of La Salette in 08. That was a pretty good team. A lot of those players on that team came to play at U of D, or attended U of D years later. A.J. Horde, one of the better ones, who is now at Rochester in New York playing D3 basketball. Our Lady of Good Counsel in 09, Our Lady of Sorrows in 2010, St. Hugo beat UD in 2011. Cubs came back in 2012 and won the game. And then it was Our Lady of Victory most recently in 2013.
That Our Lady of La Salette team actually beat my 7th grade 8-1 team at St. Patrick and White Lake in the semifinals. I remember everyone talking about A.J. Horde after the game, the incredible performance he had.
Yeah, he was quite the player. As this one will not go off the back there, and he played varsity as a freshman. Not many, well, Cassius is a living example of that right now, but I was about to say there's not many that do, as that one is no good off the front of the iron, or didn't hit iron, I'm sorry, just went out of bounds.
Well, St. Anne's is getting the stops, but they got to start getting some buckets in the basket here. There's 4:18 left, 11-point game. Certainly they're still in it. They need a few buckets here quickly. Now here comes UAD with the pressure again, trying to throw them off, but St. Anne's is breaking it well now.
Yeah, nice job down low, roll out the back, got it.
Back into single digits.
It's been a while.
Oh, and a steal.
3-ball by number 3, and he got it to go. Wow.
Unbelievable. St. Anne's has come all the way back at the 6-point game. We thought UD was going to cruise, but St. Anne's isn't giving up. 3:53 left to go. It's a 6-point game.
Luke Fromm says hello and invigorates the St. Eagle crowd. The St. Anne crowd.
As you can hear them in the background, they're making a ton of noise. This has been incredible. Our largest lead of the game for UAD was 19. But St. Anne's has come all the way back to cut it to 6.
So Coach Bob Abraham of the Cubs is talking with his team and trying to get them back in this game. UD fans, as you see on the other side, trying to counter with the Let's Go Cubs chant, but the Let's Go Eagle chant won't let them do that.
Well, if you're UAD's coach, Bob Abraham, I think you tell your guys, look, settle down. We're still up by 6. We're still in control, so just settle down, relax, play our game, and we've got this. If you're St. Anne's, if you're their coach, Paul Burkhardt, just tell them to keep it up. You're playing great right now.
Jaquan Robinson nearly had it stolen a couple times. Gets it back off to Elijah Collins, and it's an offensive foul. Taking the charge is, guess who? Matt Torrey.
He's been dynamite today. One more time. Sells out for his team.
John Malcolm is back into the game now for the Cubs. As there's some discussion.
Player control foul. Nope.
That was strange. Oh, nice inbound pass.
Got it.
Krajewski lays it off the window. And now he's going to get a reach-in foul. Tough foul to take right there, but Paul Burkhardt says, hey, it's okay. We're pressing. We're making plays. It's a 4-point game. Can you believe it?
I know what they were trying to discuss there. Because it was a player control foul, there's no free throws. Cubs have 7 fouls. That's what they were discussing, whether there's going to be free throws or not for St. Anne. Makes more sense now as Collins has it and gives it off on the far sideline. Cubs in need of a score. Will keep the basketball. St. Anne fans are really into the ball game right now. Haven't had much to cheer about before this 4th quarter.
UAD fans wanted a foul there. I would have called it. Collins, then he almost walked off it, turned it over.
Here they come. Oh. Same result.
Got a little bit excited there. You could see airmailed Krajewski a little bit.
So with 3:21 left, the Cubs have the basketball once again. Both of these teams looking to settle down just a little bit. Jaquan Robinson across the sideline. Wing to wing feed. Taken away.
Nice steal there from behind by Fromm. Now he's got an open look for three.
From the wing, no good. Beam able to slide in and get the offensive rebound. He traveled across the block.
St. Anne fans are complaining, but that was a good call. He traveled with it.
It was a subtle travel, but I agree with you. I think it was a travel.
It's tough to be a ref when a game gets close like this. You're winding out for a championship, but that was a good call right there.
From the key outside, pump fake that time by Robinson, slides it up, slides it in. Huge basket for the Cubs.
Massive, huge might be an understatement. Great shot by Jaquan.
Oh, three, it's up, it's short. And again, that nervousness gets, or the tension gets in as a foul on the other side. Kevin Edwards looking to put it up and in. That's a pretty good foul though by St. Anne, not allowing the easy two.
You could see there when Jaquan made that shot, UAD kind of settled down, relaxed. They got a miss by St. Anne's, and now they're stepping up to the line for two. Could be a quick 5-0 spurt.
Takes his time. Good. 7-point lead.
Please turn off the strobe lights as well.
Edwards cannot make it up to 8. Getting the rebound is Fromm. Ooh, a little double clutch there. Try to drive through a crowd, didn't work. They wanted to travel, didn't get it. Cubs nearly threw it away as well.
St. Anne's fans very vocal right now. I don't know if that should have been a travel there. Nice play inside. Nice recovery there by Fromm. But yes, certainly St. Anne's fans, they've gotten back in this game, and they're definitely into the game right now. There are more of them in number than these UAD fans. UAD fans are just as vocal. We just can't hear them as well because we're closer to these St. Anne's fans.
From the far corner, that's out of bounds. Off the hands of the swatting defender by the Eagles. It's still Cub basketball on the baseline. 37-30 is still the score with 2:06 remaining in the game.
The story of the second half defensively for St. Anne's has been these defensive recoveries. Once again, Trzewski getting back quickly on that last play to swat the ball away, and now we're going to get a foul inside.
Stops the clock at 2 minutes even. It is against Fromm. It's still just on the floor though, as it's only the 16th foul against St. Anne's. 7 on the Cubs. That number has been like that for a while. That's tipped one over and back. Tipped it again, they got it back. Across the lane, it's up, it's good, counted in a foul.
Guess who? Matt Torrey, he's fired up. He can push this lead for UAD down to 4. And Coach Ball Burkhardt is loving it. Jumping up and down on the floor. He's done a great coaching job getting them here this far. He's 145 away and make up of 4 points from at least sending this game to overtime. So we're going to get a sub here for the Cubs. John Malcolm comes into the game, taking out Kurt. A little bit more size coming into the game.
Overtime for CYO is either 4 or 3 minutes. I can't remember. Made his one and only free throw.
St. Anne's still pressing here. Interesting move.
Telegraphing pass, nearly gave it up, but he slowed it down. Drives, good tucking pass. Malcolm couldn't finish at the rack, trying to get it back now in the middle lane. St. Anne's has it. Down by 4 with 1:27 left in the game. Stepping forward, leaning back, and he got it.
Unbelievable. Fallback shot by Trzewski. He scores, and it's a one-possession game for the first time, and I don't know how long.
Those are some happy fans on the right baseline. It's a full timeout by Bob Abraham. And it's the lowest it's been for a while.
Well, right now you can see St. Anne's is feeling it. They're making everything. Their passes are working. Their defense is working. If you're UAD, you have just hit a lull right now. We thought they got out of it with that shot by Robinson, but St. Anne's has responded well, and with 1:21 left, I don't think any of us thought it would be this close.
No, after that breakaway that the Cubs had in the second and in the third. There's Dennis Dale, the assistant AD at U of D, who's on your right side of the screen for a moment there. And we'll get a look at the scores table as well and some more of the Cub fans. 37-35, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, it's going to be interesting to see how St. Anne's comes out of this timeout. Are they going to employ a press or are they going to back off? You'd assume they go with the press, as it looks like they're going to do, because they've been running it all half, and it's worked so well.
They get it into Zach Winston. He's double teamed, nearly threw it away. Snatching hands of Elijah Collins, takes it, barrels the other way. The shot is no good. The foul's on the floor.
Elijah Collins made that play again. Jumped up high, grabbed the ball, rushed it up court, found an open man, and UAD's going to head to the line. 2 big free throws coming up here. Excuse me, it's a 1-on-1 as they have not reached the double bonus yet.
The front end of the 1-and-1, no good. Taken down by Luke Fromm.
Collins has been big today, but he couldn't hit there.
Just short of the minute mark, 1:03 to be exact. 37-35 Cubs. Inside, he got it.
St. Anne's has completed the comeback. Here comes UD.
Tied up, it's across the baseline, and it is still Cub basketball and a foul.
That was a great feat on that last possession, finding an open Luke Fromm. He finished it. And can you believe it? We're tied with under a minute left. It's going to be a great finish here at Catholic Central.
Kevin Edwards to the line. And what do we have? I'm not sure. Maybe a warning for something to the student section there. Not sure.
Was he telling them to be quiet?
I don't think so. I don't think you can do that. Edwards, first shot, no good. And they granted him 2, so.
I remember an old Lions game when they used to play at the Silverdome. I think it was 97 or 98. I saw that they actually told them to be quiet so they could get off a play.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that on YouTube too.
I didn't know that was possible. In any event, UD makes the second. They're back up by 1. Huge possession upcoming for St. Anne.
47 ticks left. And we have a Eagle timeout. So they want to talk it over. A lot of even categories on that scoreboard. Timeouts left, as you see, 2 for St. Anne, 1 for the Cubs. 8 team fouls, 38-37 the score with 43.7 left. Jeremy on alongside Evan Stockton to bring the call here from Catholic Central. Evan from Catholic Central, he's a senior, be attending Syracuse next year. I'm from Marygrove College. I graduated from UAD as well in 2013. Glad you could tune in for this game here today. It's been a good one. As I guess it's fair to say we could expect it wouldn't be a good one after a while. But
yeah, this effort by St. Anne's, you got to commend them. They've come all the way back. They're down by 1. They got the chance to take the lead here. They just ratcheted up the pressure. You could tell when I think it was about 32-14, they realized, okay, we got to make our run now or we might as well pack in our bags. And they came all the way back. They got some turnovers. And look at them now. They have a chance to take the lead.
40 seconds left. Will they edge for the last shot? I'm sure that was something they discussed in the huddle. Parrott with the ball, double teamed. Stolen! Here they come the other way. It is a layup and it's good by Elijah Collins.
You could tell that time early in the game he couldn't decide whether to dunk or not. That time he just realized to take the easy layup, but he's been phenomenal all day. He does it one final time. Unbelievable performance.
They're probably going to give UD a delay of game warning there. At the minimum.
Referees are pointing to that St. Anne's student section. Interesting. Now, could they give the ball to UAD here? They're pointing in their direction. Nope. St. Anne's gets the ball. Well, they're down by 3, 24 seconds left. You have to see here if they play for the old quick 2 and a foul strategy or they shoot the 3. Referee are talking to the inbounder, Krajewski, here, whether he can run the baseline or not.
And I think there was some chatting off the play as well at the top of the three-point arc. Tension is rising, 40-37 with 24 seconds left.
Foul off the ball. That's what happens when you're under press sometimes. You get in trouble. They're going to step up to the line. As we saw, a nice display of sportsmanship right there between St. Anne's. Jerry Parrott and Kevin Edwards for UAD and St. Anne's just shook hands, gave each other a hug. Nice to see, even in a close game like this with so much on the line, they can, say hi to each other and thank each other and for playing such a phenomenal game. I thank them for playing such a phenomenal game. This has been awesome.
Yeah. Makes our job a lot easier. As that's no good. Tip for the board. Cubs have it. St. Anne with the foul. I was about to say that foul, even though it wasn't intentional, wasn't a bad thing for the Cubs, is you want to prevent them from shooting a 3. That's, I guess, the most surest way that they don't.
And then Parrott there couldn't make the free throw. So a couple big free throws coming up right here for UAD. Josh Green can hit at least 1, if not 2. UAD will be in strong shape going forward.
Green up. Good.
Cold as ice on that one. He's got 1 more coming.
41-37. Pending this next free throw. In and out. Into the hands of Luke Fromm.
St. Anne's fans yelling at him to hurry. Now they'll get a timeout. There's 17.6 left. So if you're St. Anne's, you're in a conundrum right now because if you can get the 2, but once you foul UAD, if they make both free throws, as they will get 2 upcoming because the next foul they'll head to the double bonus. So if they hit both, you're going to be playing this game. So St. Anne's can play the 2 and a foul game for a while, but eventually they're going to have to get to the point where they start shooting some 3-pointers.
There is Paul Burkhardt in the middle of that huddle right there. (41-37) as they get it in across the sideline.
Clock is not running. St. Anne's just got a free 2 seconds. No one saw it.
Fromm. And oh boy, they called the foul. That's going to be 3 probably. I think he was behind the 3-point line with 9.4 left.
Parrott will step up to the line. Get 3.
It is 3, yeah.
Interesting. From here, it looked like they got all ball, but I guess the referees did not. So if he can make all 3, it's just like a 3-pointer. Huge 3 throws coming up.
First one, no good.
Parrott's missed his last 2. He's got to buckle up and make these 2. 2 huge free throws coming up. Smacks his shoes in frustration. Can't do that. Just relax and hit your free throws.
Here's the big one. Now he needs to make the next one. 41-38. It's a 3-point game. Not much time left. They look to lock down on the inbound. Third one is good. 2 out of 3. Cubs get it down the court. Icing for number 2, Jaquan Robinson.
Unbelievable inbound pass.
For 3, no good, and the Cubs are the champions of the CYO.
Unbelievable inbound pass in that last one. Found a wide open Jaquan Robinson. Plays it in. And you got to feel for St. Anne's. They came all the way back. A tremendous effort. They came up short, but certainly a commendable effort here today. UAD's the rightful champs, but St. Anne's played their hearts out.
So for the 3rd time since 2000, the Cubs will hoist the championship trophy. As you get a look at the Eagle fans saluting their team. Your final score 43-39 in favor of the UD Cubs. We'll have a huddle before the handshake. Will the Eagles. Joe Charnley getting ready to present the championship trophy. We'll throw it to the public address announcer for today's game. We'll give you that ceremony in just a second.
Once again, fans, hats off to both schools on an outstanding and exciting game today. We direct your attention to center court, where our CYO Athletic Director, Mr. Joe Charnley, will present today's championship trophies to their teams. This past 2013-14 season, 424 boys and girls teams participated in CYO basketball. Today, we salute these final two and the rest of them, along with their coaches, for their dedication, effort, and sportsmanship throughout this season. A special thank you to the countless volunteers who helped CYO with this motto of getting kids and communities into something good. Congratulations to the students, parishes, and coaches of these fine teams. Let's meet the 2014 boys CYO basketball runner-up, the East Side champions from Warren, Michigan, the Eagles of St. Anne. Congratulations to their coach, Mr. Burkhardt. And now let's meet the 2014 boys CYO basketball championship team, the Cubs of UD Jesuit, and their coach, Bob Abraham.
So there is your winning team. 43-39 is your final score in this game. Well, it was a good one. It came down really to the final buzzer, and that's, as we mentioned throughout that fourth quarter and the third quarter even, we didn't really expect it to be that close after the way this UD team started, but St. Anne did a heck of a job to get themselves back into this game.
Oh, it was phenomenal. UD, they had this game. It was 32-14, I think, about halfway through that third, and you could see St. Anne's realized, okay, we got to make our run or this one's over. They did. They ratcheted it up, and they almost came all the way back. It really was a phenomenal game to watch. I'm glad I was here. It was awesome. Two teams fighting hard to the very end. Even though UD was the rightful champ, St. Anne played their hearts out. It's good to see.
For sure. So again, the Cubs are the champion for the third time since 2000. We congratulate them, and certainly St. Anne on a great season. The Cubs are undefeated this year. That's a pretty good feat considering they played 20-plus games. That's not easy for anyone at any level.
Not at all. Especially we see going forward, Wichita State's going to try to do it. The NCAA, I don't know if they'll do it there, but if you go undefeated at any level of sports, it's great. So hats off to UD on a fantastic season.
All right, so we thank you for tuning in. For Evan Stockton, I'm Jeremy Otto. You've been watching a production of the Catholic Youth Organization by the Student Broadcast Foundation.